Welcome to week number 9 of the Chris Brecht State Farm Insurance Coaches Show here on 1360. I'm Matt Jarvi. With me, as always, Coach Rocco Dobran. Coach.
Hey, nice to be here.
Good to be with you, man. Hey, just a wonderful evening. I know there was a lot of heartbreak that probably went on over there in Albion because they did not see that coming at all.
Yeah, it was one of those games where things just kind of clicked for us, and things went our way as far as executing. We executed well, so.
And 42-0 at the half, and then you finish off with one more touchdown. I kind of wonder, too, did your seniors or your starters like Mike and Seth and even Rylan, some of the other guys, too, were they kind of worried at all that, 42-0 at halftime? Coach, you going to take us out?
I think a little bit. But believe it or not, I told them right at halftime, as soon as we got together at the end of the half that, hey, we're gonna play this thing for 4 quarters. Obviously, if we got more out of hand than that, we only scored 1 touchdown in the second half. We would have put the young guys in, but I said I didn't want them to go into halftime thinking they were done. I wanted them to come out and keep playing, and we really did have a lot of respect for that team. Yeah. And right away, I had a couple of my coaches saying, hey, if we put our 2s in too quick, they could score 2 or 3 quick. With with the Dohanic kid and their quarterback and a couple of their players. So it was one of them things we want to put a couple 2s in, but not just do a wholesale JV change or any of that. And we wanted to let them kids keep playing, and they were excited to hear that. So
yeah, their quarterback was pretty mobile, and he seemed to move around rather well, either in and out of the pocket. It seemed like Jeff Bish had some luck running the ball, number 44 for them, short yardage type of pickups. But Dohanic, I'm sure he had a rough night.
Absolutely, and that was our goal. As you're trying to prepare for a team like that, and our defense coordinator did a great job of saying, "Hey, every play you better know where Dohanic is," and so that was kind of the focus, and so they tried to get a couple of things going with the other kids, but he's their guy, and we kind of shut him down. So
it almost looked like to me too. I wouldn't say it was practice, but for instance, the pass down the far sideline to Mike, he tried that twice in a row, overthrew him. Go, we need to get this one down. Let's do it again. And there was nothing they could do to stop that.
That's right. That's kind of how I felt too, because we ran it the first time. It was pass interference. They called it. So then the next time I'm like, it's there. Let's just hit it. And then he overthrew it. And then so we did a slightly different play, but it still had Mikey on a wheel route. And then finally the third time they hit him. But we found something we thought we could expose there once the game started, and then we took advantage of it.
Running plays were like that too, trying to run Mike or Seth off a right tackle or whatever. It seemed to you just keep running it again and again, trying to get it perfected. And I was thinking in the back of your mind, we've got a couple of really big games coming up after this one too. We want to do good here, but we need to get things right after tonight.
Absolutely. The good thing about this game or last game was, they did play very well defensively in between the tackles. I know Seth broke one, I think, but that was about it. And then Mikey's big run was on a sweep, and we passed well. But going in, I knew, hey, they're looking at our pass game saying we got to stop the run. So it was nice to see that we were successful throwing the ball. And we wanted to get that straight. And if you look at it, I think 9 different receivers caught the ball.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive, too. And it shows true balance throughout your offense there when it's not just, hey, 2 or 3 guys touching the ball. We had 9 players catch a pass.
And both Rylan and Brandon throwing, too.
Absolutely. They both threw.
You wanted to get them both involved in the game to try to keep them both sharp and as we move down, because you don't know what you're going to try to throw at the other team that you're going to be up against.
Right, exactly, and kind of see what's flowing,
I think the Wildcats, with Coach Mark Brooks, as you mentioned before, he's done a really good job over there, though, too. He's brought them along. They're 6-2 now, but you went into them with 6-1.
Right.
And if they win this coming Friday night against Reynolds, they will have won 4 out of the 5 games against Mercer County teams.
Right,
which is kind of impressive.
Absolutely, and I'm sure they're happy with where they're at other than that game,
Right.
So.
Other than that game. But a Region 3 championship, congratulations to you, Coach.
Thank you.
And you've done just an awesome job since we've been in the PIAA. That's 2 out of 3 years you've gotten the regional championship. Now it's on to cash, and they're coming to town tonight. Another important game, I noticed we were talking about the ranking over here in Ohio, the OHSAA. Moved up 4 spots from 18 to 14.
Yes, absolutely. So, it's one of those things to win each week, and then if you can. And, and just you got to just kind of playoffs are playoffs. You got to kind of see how the points fall.
Yeah.
It's kind of out of your control sometimes. You gotta win your games and try to win one game at a time and see where you land at the end.
Right, and hopefully it works out.
Right, because you just don't know what the other teams are going to do. Teams ahead of you, teams behind you. Is the teams they're playing winning, and are the teams we're playing winning? Can John Adams get a win? You know what I mean? So we're it's so dicey that it's hard. It's hard to tell the kids what to look forward to. Just win one game at a time and see where you end up.
Now you only get the points based on the record when you play them.
No.
Or their final record?
Final record.
Okay, so it changes every week then?
Absolutely. So, any team that we have beat, we want to win next week because that gives us more points.
Because John Adams, I know they were 0-4, I think, when we played them, but since then they had two or three wins in Cleveland. They're leading that region in Cleveland themselves. So
yeah, they're doing pretty good over there. So
really good. But that's great. What do you expect out of the Eagles? So what do they try to do again? You've gone to see them against McLean that one night.
They run a bunch of different formations, but otherwise they're similar to us again. They got a quarterback who's really good. I believe he got an offer from Slippery Rock in this past week or two. He didn't actually play last week, so we'll see out here if he comes out or not in full uniform tonight. He hurt his ankle, but I'm sure he'll play. If he can, he will. But he's a great college prospect, great player. He can run the ball, he can throw the ball. But they run similar stuff to us. They run counter, power, zone, and they always trying to read somebody. They're trying to leave somebody unblocked, and if that guy bites too hard, the quarterback's going to keep it, or vice versa. So they have a good balance, a good mix of run pass, and very, very solid ball club. Yeah,
this will be their last game of the year, of course, and they really had high expectations coming into this season, I think, and it just didn't quite work out for them. Actually, when they headed down into Region 5 play down in Mercer County 3 weeks ago, they were 4-1, and then they ran into Slippery Rock and Sharon, and then
3 tough games in a row.
And Grove City, and so it's been really rough on them. So it's probably taking the wind out of them a little bit. So
I do believe in 2 weeks they're playing Mercier's Prep.
Are they?
For the playoff, in a playoff game. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Right.
Yeah. No, I didn't see anything where they opted out of that. So that was in the paper, I think, just a couple days ago. But, yeah, so, but it's their last regular season game. I think they're off next week, and I think after that they go to Mercier's Prep. But, yeah, it was one of them deals. They are a very solid club, and they happen to come against 3 tough opponents late here. Hopefully another one tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, if it's any sign of what we've been seeing the past couple of weeks, I think you got the guys playing very, very well right now, and they're patient, and they stick to the game plan, and they seem to be executing very well.
They are.
I mean, even the line, too. I mean, Appleby and Stephen Yop, we recognized them, too, in the last game here. I mean, you get a lot of solid play all over the field.
Yeah, absolutely. If you watch the last game closely, and everyone likes to see the guys that are carrying the ball and catching passes, but John Appleby kind of dominated that game.
Yes.
It's hard to notice a lineman just dominate a game, and he was that guy this week where he was all over the field on offense, pancaking people, and on defense making plays in the backfield. And he might have very well been the best player on that field, last week. So, great job to John.
Another name that popped up that we haven't really ever talked about, but over the games, the past several, probably 4 or 5 games, his name's popped up here and there. And then also he's been kicking the ball is Alex Coleman.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a freshman. He came in and just a strong kid. He got a little tweak injury that we're going into their last scrimmage there. And then so he didn't really get a chance to prove himself too much until about like week 2 or 3. And then, he's been starting at our defensive attack, which are our weak side defensive end, the rest of the year. And just a great, solid player, especially for a freshman. He got a heck of a leg. We got Joey Merlin that's kicking really well. But he had his opportunity to do kickoffs, so he's doing that. And we'll get him a couple extra point kicks too. But for a freshman, I don't know, we haven't seen too many freshmen play to his ability at that young of an age. So we're excited for his future. And he's actually a great receiver. He's just so focused on defense right now, and we have so many receivers, upperclassmen.
Yes, you do.
But down the road, he's going to be an excellent two-way guy.
Great. You're going to need him then too, right?
Absolutely.
Well, good luck here tonight with this game. It's an important game, and I know the guys are excited to get out there and play against a Region 5 team.
Absolutely. I'm sure it's going to be a full 4-quarter tough battle here. So,
and the combination of them being Region 5 and getting some extra points if you guys do well against them, as you very well can. And other things, too, like Woodbridge, they play Norton. They're 4-4 right now, but Norton's 7-1. So some other things can happen, too, that can help you move up to
well,
get
right,
closer to
absolutely.
8.
Exactly. So it's who's below you, who's behind you, who do they play left, and it's too much math for me.
I know there's a lot to it. It really is,
So-
and it's tough enough with PA2, and then you have to come over to OHS.
Right, absolutely.
Look at the playoff picture there, but all the best tonight, Coach.
Thank
and
you. I appreciate
congratulations on a Region 3 championship.
Thank you very much. Kids deserve it.
And that's week number 9, 2018 of the Chris Brecht State Farm Insurance Coaches Show on 1360 WOW.